Because of you, the day was brighter. The clouds right away, and you lifted me higher. Okay, popping like you'll never.
Hello everybody and welcome to another video. This is just a simple live commentary. I know that some people like those, and I'm thankful for that. In any case, yesterday was surely an interesting day, wasn't it? I was drunk on a stream. No joke. Drank a fifth of vodka during it. It was actually a lot of fun, believe it or not, but yeah. People enjoyed watching it a lot, I think, as well. So that was cool. However, I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon, believe it or not. I do want to preserve my sanity and don't want to become an alcoholic either. But there's another reason why, well, that wasn't really a reason for why I'm making a live commentary now, but there is a reason for that, and I've already mentioned it a bunch of times, but I'll say it again because I think it's pretty cool. So, RotMG Hardcore Season 1, another fucking bot, get the fuck out of my face. Anyway, so that was slightly off topic, don't mind me. Right, so RotMG Hardcore Season 2, we got together sometime last week. I think it was either Friday or Saturday, one of those 2 days, I'm not entirely sure. And we recorded our first session, which is awesome. And I am in the process of editing it, which will still take me bloody forever. See, the thing is, I could play with someone and record a funny moments montage, which again is for those who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That is basically just a live commentary, but I heavily edit it, so only like the best moments of it are shown. However, that involves a lot of editing, and I don't want to edit a lot, believe it or not, because I already have the hardcore to edit. So therefore, when I edit, I want to be editing the hardcore so that I still manage to upload that day while still being able to get some progress done when it comes to working on the hardcore. In any case, the first episode should come out probably sometime within the next week or two. I kind of made a guess a while ago, and that was probably like half a month ago, and I said that I was gonna probably most likely end up uploading that first episode of it sometime in April, sorry, my prepositions are all over the place. But anyway, I think that still stands, because like we did record it a lot earlier than that, because we've already recorded it, not the full thing, just the first session, which took around an hour. It's around an hour-long session, but still, I'm not gonna be done editing it until a really, really long time from now, because it's very, very difficult. Each minute is like a half an hour, and I want to make more than 10-minute long episodes, because if I didn't do that, there would be about 100 of them, and if they were any longer, I would probably go insane. I do need to see a certain amount of progress being done, like a reward, right? I just want to see the reactions from people and them loving it and stuff. And if I were to make longer episodes than like 10 minutes, then, well, you know, I would never get to see that, basically, because, yikes, sticky situation. Because it would just take me so long to get each episode out and whatever. I feel like 10-minute-ish long episodes is a good amount of time for an episode, a good length for an episode. That's just what I'm feeling like. I am very excited about it, and though the editing is very difficult, I'm probably not gonna shut up about it today, because I really like the way it's standing out. I'm also doing one extra thing differently compared to last time. Also the last season, in any case, season 1 of our RotMG Hardcore. One thing that we're doing differently this time around, well, first of all of us are recording, unlike in season 1 where Sean wasn't. Now all 4 of us are recording, and not only that, we all have 60 frames a second footage, because I wasn't on... Actually, I was on Steam last season as well, and I had 60 FPS footage as well, but there was someone who didn't, I think, and someone wasn't recording. But at the same time, that's a little bit off topic. The important thing, at least the thing that I find most interesting, is that, and that was a good call from me, I basically told everyone to record only their own audio, and basically what that allows me to do, right, is that I get to kind of edit the audio in a way where if someone says something important and someone else is talking over him, I can just edit the person talking over the other person out. That's what it basically allows me to do. I get to edit everything what's not necessary there and only keep the important conversations in place, which by the way creates a pretty damn smooth effect, and I really like the way it's done out. It's also like a fucking surgery editing that, because I literally have 8 things to keep track of. I've got 8 footages, 8 video files for each of our perspectives, obviously, and then I've got 4 audio files to edit as well, again for each of our perspectives. So therefore, and those 2 aren't exactly, since I'm kind of shifting them around however I seem necessary, however I seem fit, I basically have 8 things to edit in any given moment, and shifting perspectives, and every perspective, every video has its own resolution and it kind of doesn't fit the screen properly, so I have to work on that as well. And by the way, I'm not complaining. I like working on it. I think it's very challenging to edit it. Every part of it, every segment of editing that particular season is very challenging and its own challenge in its own way. But it's nothing that I wouldn't be able to do. What I like about editing RTMG Hardcore Season 2 so far is that it's very difficult to edit. However, there wasn't a time where I would be like, I straight up don't know how to do this. I do know how to do all of those eventually if I try hard enough, and it's like a puzzle for me. I'm just able to fit whatever needs to be wherever, and that seems pretty goddamn cool to me. Anyway, let me kind of go back to yesterday's stream. Some people were concerned a little bit about me, but to people watching, I'm still gonna make like it's gonna be its own separate video, like a stream highlights. So when you see in the future from now on that this is gonna be like another video of similar type, it's just gonna be the stream highlights. I'm not gonna do this again anytime soon. But no matter what, I do kind of want to say real quick that I do tend to get a little bit crazy during the end, especially the ends of the stream. I fucking lose it, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think it's an interesting challenge, interesting thing to showcase, because it kind of highlights nicely just how bad the looting system is from time to time. Because I only drank a shot when I got nothing, and yeah, every ounce of vodka that I had with me was in me within the first 40 minutes of the stream, and that was because I just kept getting shit, and that was the challenge after all. I was kind of wondering, like, oh, what if I get loot all the time? Yeah, that didn't happen. Just want to warn you people that if you want to watch it back, you're gonna see a whole different side of me, which you might like, you also might not like. In any case, I still want to say one more thing about it, and that is the fact that I don't condone drinking, and of course, I don't want to seem responsible if some minors start drinking, which of course would be like about the opposite of what I wanted. I don't really even know what I wanted to showcase with that video, but one thing for certain is that I didn't try to like get people to do it. Some people were doing it with me on the stream. There was a person who literally said if they get nothing that they're gonna suicide their 8 out of 8 archer. And they bloody fucking did it, mate. They actually did it. Holy shit. So that was interesting for sure, but yeah, I don't condone drinking. I rarely drink myself. I don't want to seem like a drunkie either, because that's fucking stupid. What realm was I just in, by the way? Because I was in an empty realm. Okay, well this wasn't it. Golem. Right, another new name. I have never been inside a golem either. Sort of sounded sexual, but let's just move on, alright? Anyway, so golem. I don't know. What even is the other one? You know what? Let's check, because I wanna check. I'm curious. I'm kind of tempted to just start writing down all the different names. You got Golem and Beholder. Oh man, an old-fashioned Beholder feels good. I don't know why people are choosing Golem over Beholder. My guess is that it's just closer to Nexus. Like, they don't want to walk the extra distance to just get to Beholder. But I kind of like to believe the fact that they go like, we have Beholder and Golem. I've been in just about 1 billion Beholders in my lifetime. Let's go in Golem. I would be very surprised if that turned out to be how people like chose this particular realm. I actually saw a Medusa not that long ago. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm probably the only person. Probably not, because I know that my friends, while we were talking, also find this quite amusing. But I really just can't get over the new realm names. It's funny to me because it's such a small thing. It's just such a small detail. They just changed the names of the realms. But for me, it's such a huge difference. Like, I don't know quite how to explain it, even to myself. I have no clue why. It's just like, it's the small things, you know? You gotta find happiness in the small things, and that doesn't only go for realm, that goes for life itself. You gotta enjoy the small thing, and I for one, find the different names completely amusing, because it's like, I don't know, Golem. There's fucking having Terraria flashbacks from this, by the way. Like, Golem. It's been a while since I've played Terraria. On the stream at the end of it yesterday, I actually ended up playing Brawlhalla as well. My friend Afro joined the stream as well. I haven't talked with him for months. And Rolo, he was there for a while. I feel like... See, I would have taken a shot right there. Fuck. Anyway, so Rolo was pretty much considered dead in the Realm community, mainly because he himself announced that he wasn't gonna play anymore or make videos, because it's distracting, boo-hoo. Well, that's too bad. I'm not hating on Rolo. I don't want it to seem bad. It's just that if you are passionate about YouTube, you will find the time, just like I am. But, you know, to each their own. Honestly, I'm not trying God knows how hard in college either. People might be like, oh, why you're not doing your college work instead of, like, making whatever. Oh my god, almost just fucking died. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Bro. That was so surprising. I didn't even, like, expect that at all. What the fuck I was saying? Right, see, here's the thing about college. I found out that even if I do have the time, and I had all the time in the world to learn and prepare for future days and stuff and events, I found it that I still wasn't doing that. Like, I literally, even though I had the time before, because I did take about like 4-month break from YouTube, I think. So I had the time to work on college and stuff, which I was still going to college at that time. So it's like, but I just found out that instead I just don't do shit and I'm depressed the whole day anyway. So I've just realized, you know, fine, instead of being depressed and not doing anything, might as well make YouTube videos, right? And if I'm not gonna learn or prepare for college either way, might as well use my time differently, right? And that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing, which of course is uploading daily. By the way, one thing that I kind of completely, what's the word for it in English? Overlooked, I suppose is the right word, is that Bbye 13 actually teamed up with Reshit, and they sort of made like a response together to William 12B. I said 13B. What the fuck? I'm sure. Yeah, that's actually that is a person called William 13B. I know because he left a comment on one of my videos. I know. Blessed. Hashtag blessed. But, yeah, so, it's kind of a confusing situation because, Bbye 13 reviewed my channel separately, completely unrelated of William's, little rant about all of us, or most of us, I suppose. And then Reshit made his response to William, his standalone response to William, and then, Bbye 13 and Reshit teamed up to make another response to William. So, but in any case, why I'm even bringing this up, and I'll tell you why, is because they kind of mentioned me a little bit in there. That would have been another shot right there, by the way. Yeah, now that I'm noticing if I'm actually getting loot or not, I'm noticing that I'm getting a lot less loot than I thought I was getting. About half the shit that I did today, I got nothing from. Interesting. In any case, I kind of wrote it down and like tried to make like a response to a response to a response, but I said fuck it. I don't want to do that because it's stupid. I've just decided to kind of mention a few of the points. And besides, I couldn't really come up with anything anyways. Like I was unable to really come up with anything suitable to say to the Reshits and BecureBox 13's response to William, where they covered all of the people that they talked about, including me. So of course I'm gonna kind of shine some light on what they said about me. Now looking back at the whole William 12B debacle that we had going on, I do feel that I don't want to say ashamed of my response. Not really. I still stand by about half of the things I said. But in the video, about half of the points that William made about me, I defended myself, even though I didn't have shit to say. And there were also a lot of points that I made in my response that simply had absolutely no value, no weight whatsoever, and were completely irrelevant. For example, the little joke, I don't know how familiar, God, those two words keep like messing me up. Familiar, I don't know which one is which. Anyway, I think it's familiar. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the situation, that the little YouTuber beef that we had a while back, but there was this joke that William made about my PPs being trash by recording a quick little segment on his own Necromancer PP, trying to like copy and do a parody of mine. Looking back at it, it was actually a pretty good attempt, honestly. But I made like a huge deal about, that's not my footage. You can clearly tell because it's not my footage. And it's not my footage because reason number one, reason number two. Like, looking back at it now, I realized just how much of a fucking snob I sounded like. Seriously, I'm way too sensitive and way too overprotective of my shit. And I kind of, so what William... BecureBox 13 also said about me is that I bring up the likes to dislikes ratio a bit. And it's kind of like, to the whole likes to dislikes ratio, I kind of want to say that, like, am I supposed to just ignore it whatsoever? Like, I mean, how does that make sense? Like, I understand, you can't judge a video by just that. But at the same time, can't you? I mean, if it has a positive likes to dislikes ratio, can't it be assumed that people more or less liked it? I don't know. That's just me. I have absolutely no idea anymore about anything, but I do feel like it's a bit stupid not to even mention it, especially since so many people showed the, I don't want to say, like, maybe even disgust, straight up disgust with William's video, but I don't know, maybe it was a stupid point for me to bring. Fuck, I actually wrote down a bunch more things that they mentioned about me. Yeah, so I also can't deny that I'm not getting as many views as those PP videos, and that my videos are not as well rated as other channels around nowadays. But I want to kind of say one quick thing to that as well, and that's the thing that I was thinking about this, right? And as I kind of talked to you about how making YouTube videos helps me with my depression and etc. It's like I don't really make videos to get God knows how popular. I do make videos to entertain people. Entertaining people feels like my life's mission in a way. That's still true. However, I don't mind in the end how many people end up watching me, because even if one person watches me and I make that person's day, then my goal is fulfilled, and I don't really need all those hundreds upon hundreds of views. And the people reviewing me were kind of confused, like, yeah, you can clearly tell that your live commentaries, although we don't take it away, like, yeah, sure, people still like it or whatever, it's still not God knows how popular. And I just want to say to that, yeah, that's not the point. I don't make videos to be popular. I make videos because I like making videos, and because I like making people's day, even if just a little bit. And that's kind of it. I don't really have much more to say to that, other than what I just said. So yeah. But I do admit my response was horrible. I think BecureBox 13 said it himself straight up, that my response, in his opinion, was the worst out of all the responses. A lot of people thought differently. I've got over 100 comments from people just idolizing my response and like being so happy for me and that I stood up for myself or whatever. And in their eyes, my response was brilliant. In my eyes at the time, it was pretty good as well. But now that now that I took a step back and I'm looking at the greater scheme of things, I realized just how butthurt I sounded on it, and it doesn't make me feel good or proud or happy. However, I'm not gonna take it down, mainly because I do think it is important to stand up for yourself. And that's kind of what the problem is, because why would I really need to stand up for myself? I even called out William for being a bully, but truthfully, it's just his opinion. At the end of the day, okay, it is just his opinion, and I should not have been as stubborn about it as I was, because people still do like my videos, and it just doesn't matter what someone says. Yes, William 12B had an incredibly objective opinion about me and everyone else he mentioned, really, and everyone gave him shit for that, clearly, for obvious reasons. But that alone shouldn't be a reason to call him a bully. He still is completely in the right to dislike my content, and so is everyone now that I think about it. But of course not in. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I like stutter the next sentence without actually knowing what that sentence is gonna be, and it pisses me off because then I just kind of have to say and nothing because I got nothing else to say. Fuck. But yeah, anyway, fuck. I don't know. I don't want to go on and on about this point either. So I'll tell you a different story, completely unrelated to what I was talking about so far. I tend to be pretty good at that. By the way, this video is getting pretty long. I'm aware of that, don't worry. This is the last thing I'm doing. But, I have Deutsch. The language, German language, Deutsch, I think that's how it's called. Deutsche Sprache. Anyway, so, I've been learning that at school for about 4 years now. In college, because we have that mandatory. Yeah. I wasn't really a big fan of it, and I never really was. I didn't even like how it sounded like in the first place. And for 4 years now, I was ignoring it and getting horrible grades and stuff. And I gotta say that recently I got really into it. And I'm gonna quickly go back to give you some context why I even learned English in the first place. So since I'm a very talkative person, and I'm like that in real life as well. However, I am quiet in real life quite a lot because I don't really have many friends, which means I don't have many people to talk to, which means I tend to be quiet, and I can be quiet, but I don't really shut up when it comes to talking to myself, which is something that I used to do, and I still do that quite a lot. Once upon a time, there came a time where in my life when I was simply bored of talking to myself in my native language, which is Czech. And I started to talk to myself in gibberish, and then I somehow became involved in English, because one of the series that I was watching, like anime or whatever, don't even remember what it was anymore, but while I was watching at the time, it was only in English, and the Czech dubbing was only for like a single season. So that's how I got in English, and eventually my gibberish turned into English words, and then eventually I found out that it's so cool to talk to myself in English instead of Czech. Why am I telling you all of this? Well, because recently I'm kinda getting bored of talking to myself in English as well, so I think I'm gonna switch to Deutsch. It's interesting, just a completely irrelevant note. Seems interesting to me though. And who knows, I learned English because like I wasn't good at English either. Until I started trying, and then once I started trying, within a few months I was basically completely fluent, and since then it's gotten to a point where my Czech teacher literally hates me, because when I talk to her in Czech, she's my Czech teacher, and I talk to her in Czech, and I have an English accent, which, by the way, how stupid is that? Like, Czech is my native language. When I'm speaking to you in fluent English, I have Czech accent. How the fuck can someone have an accent on their own native language? I don't understand. It's stupid, but in any case, in a few months from now I might just end up being completely fluent in Deutsch. We'll see. I might keep you informed if that ever turns out to happen. In any case, I said that the last thing I'm gonna do was that thingamajig I did. Fuck, what was it? The sewers, yeah, so in any case, I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I have been recording for about 26 minutes, which is more than long enough. I feel like I gave y'all something to listen to today, and that's all that matters to me, really. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave me a like, although it's not really all that necessary. I don't care that much, but I do care about your comments. I would absolutely adore reading your comments, and I always do, and I always have, so please leave me a comment, even if it's just hi, because that's all I really need in my day. Anyway, leave a comment, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.